High cost of education, unemployment, and visa uncertainties. With so many challenges facing these days, is it even worth considering moving abroad in 2025? If you're a young Indian and are thinking about moving to a different country, then this video will provide you with a clear roadmap on how you can make that move successful. Phase 1, finding out your why. This is the most critical step that most people don't consider before they take their decision. Do you want to move for higher education, better career opportunities, or an overall better lifestyle? Or are you escaping something? Moving without knowing why is like going to KFC while you're a vegetarian. You're only going to lose money and still remain hungry. The reason is the most significant decision that you will take as it directly impacts phase 2. Phase 2, choosing the right country and the right visa. Once you have clarity on why you're moving, your next decision is choosing the right country that matches your intent. If you're moving out mostly for career opportunities, then you are better served either considering moving to the US, the Middle East, or maybe Germany. If it's for higher education, then the US, Europe, Canada, or Australia are good options. If you're looking for a great lifestyle, then choosing countries in Southeast Asia seem like a better alternative than moving to the West. However, if you're one of the lucky few who's moving for business opportunities, then the world is your oyster. You can choose any country that has visa opportunities for business owners, but it's really critical that you find a market that has a need for your services or your product. You don't want to move to Finland to open up an ice cream store. At the same time, you shouldn't be considering moving to Egypt when you're thinking of selling hot soap. Phase 3 is choosing the most favorable pathway. It can either be through education, jobs, or if you have the money as an investor. Even in 2025, studying abroad is still the fastest and easiest way of getting a work permit. If you're looking for the safest option, then having a job offer in hand is without a doubt the safest avenue that you can take. The associated risks of moving into a different place, starting from scratch, understanding labor market needs. If you are one of the lucky few who can actually afford it, then an investment visa is the most directed and guaranteed way of getting permanent residency and eventually citizenship. I'm mostly going to focus on ways that you can make yourself eligible to find a job abroad while you're still in India. But these factors can also help you if you're a student who's looking to study abroad. If you plan on studying or even pivoting in your career, then focus on these areas that are heavily in demand: blue collar work, healthcare, data, and logistics. In 2025, IT or any white collar associated job roles are something that I would definitely avoid. There's a lot of competition and the chances of finding a job are extremely rare. It's also crucial to either have worked with a global brand or have your own personal brand, which means you need to have a pretty huge presence online when it comes to your social media. It doesn't matter if it's on YouTube or on LinkedIn. The more data that's available on the internet, the easier it is for recruiters to filter out the good ones from the bad ones. It's also crucial that you have worked with globally recognizable brands. You need to understand that with so much data and information that's available around, recruiters have very little time to filter the good ones from the posers. So, if you've already worked for one of the FANG companies or a big consulting firm, they know that these companies have already done their due diligence to test your skills and see if you're a good fit. It's a lot easier for them to offer you a job offer if you work with these brands versus a small boutique firm in your own country. What if you don't have global experience? Something you can definitely try out is freelancing with international clients. This will not only build your portfolio, but will also create a really good social presence. Besides your technical skills, it is extremely critical that you improve on your soft skills. Are you able to communicate clearly and effectively? Are you able to build relationships? Are you someone who's easy to get along and fun to work with? Phase 4 is financial preparation. Get a credit card in India and start building your credit history. Ideally, get a credit card that has lower foreign transaction fees so that you can use this card when you first move to a different place. Research monthly costs of living, visa costs, car and health insurance costs. When you have a ballpark figure, it is really important and makes your life a lot easier to save up for 6 months of these expenses. For example, if the average expense monthly is about $2,000, then it makes sense for you to have at least $12,000 saved up. The biggest stress that most people have is financial stress. Having this backup money will definitely ease your financial burden and reduce your anxiety. Phase 5, application and execution. If you're taking the student route, then it's critical that you shortlist programs, write SOPs, take tests, and apply for scholarships. When it comes to education, studying abroad isn't going to give you a leg up in any way, unless you're doing some deep research activity that requires studying at one of these top institutions. I'm always going to say this. Education is just a pathway towards a work permit and eventually citizenship. If you're taking a job route, start looking for jobs at least 6 months prior to your move. If your company has a branch office in the country that you're looking at, see if there's an internal opening. Reach out to the hiring managers and the team that's working over there. Try and build a relationship, understand the role, be well prepared, and then show willingness that you are interested in working there. If you're looking for the job route, then start applying for jobs 6 months in advance. Look for global companies that have a presence in multiple locations. This will make it a lot easier for you to find an internal job posting at the place we're willing to emigrate. Try and find out who the hiring manager is. Talk to the team that's working over there. Having a job in hand takes a huge load off of you. You gotta understand that visa paperwork takes a lot of time, which could be a couple of months. In that time, ensure you have all your documents in order, medicals done, as well as your police clearance. An important factor that most people ignore, especially Indians, is your health. If you're not in good health or if you've got any issues, start exercising and eating healthy before you move. Healthcare costs are quite expensive, and even if that country has publicly funded healthcare, they're usually not available when you need it the most. So it's really important to take care of your health, exercise regularly, eat healthy, and got any pending work that needs to be done, whether it's with your teeth or any surgeries, you're better off finishing that in India before you move abroad. Phase 6. Consider the first 12 months of moving to a new place as laying the foundation. The first year or even two will most likely be a struggle. New place, new culture. Most of the time you're frustrated and lonely. At this time, it's really important that you live lean and save as much money as possible. But don't forget to have fun as well. Life isn't run on just Excel sheets and savings. From my experience, I've noticed that difficult times always make up for great stories and great memories. Remember, if you're going through something really hard, there'll always be a great story to tell. So make as many as you can. The most important skill that you need to develop is not taking additional courses, certifications, or anything else. It is your ability to make new friends and network like your life depends on it. You got to understand that you're competing with a population that already has an established network. They understand the customs, they understand the culture. In order for you to integrate and be part of the team, it's really important that you understand how it is to make friends quickly and integrate well into the society. This is not crucial just for work, but for your personal life as well. Connect with people in your field as well as locals. Don't make the mistake of interacting with people from only within your community. This is a mistake that a lot of Indians make. Build relationships with locals. You'll get a better understanding of how you can thrive in their environment. While you're doing this, it's also really important that you get a credit card to start building your credit history, understand laws, rights, taxes, and insurance. The final phase is planning for your next 5 years. Start budgeting and saving consistently. Invest early on in either TFSA accounts or if you're in the US, 401ks. Switch to better paying jobs every 24 months. Explore permanent residency or citizenship pathways. Build an alternative source of income, either through a second job or contracting work. The question you should always be asking at this phase is, do I want to settle here, move back home, or move elsewhere? Not just moving abroad, but you're designing a new life. That requires courage, clarity, and compounding. Reason why most people fail is because they don't think long term.